A Yankees fan, Andrew Rector, is suing ESPN and Major League Baseball after he fell asleep at a Red Sox game. He says that he suffered intense emotional distress after his personality and who he was defamed. So this is what the commentators said during the game when he slept. This is what we have. So they say things like, "It's only the fourth inning. Did he sleep through the Carlos Beltran homer? I mean, 45,000 people stand up and cheer and he sleeps through it?" I think it would be tough to, but he seemed pretty comfortable. It didn't look like he just started to sleep. So they're making fun of him. They're kind of poking fun a little bit and saying like, oh, this guy's falling asleep. You see the video of him. We unfortunately can't show it to you, but he's just falling asleep. Like next to show, nobody's really paying attention to him. And here you go. Here's a picture of him.
Okay, well that'll do it.
Maybe the game was too boring for him. But he claims the following. He claims that in his lawsuit for $10 million, he says that, you know, he was portrayed as unintelligent and stupid individual, not worthy to be a fan of the New York Yankees, and a fatty cow that need 2 seats at all time and represent symbol of failure. So.
When did they say that? We just read you their quotes. They never said that.
Well, that's what I looked for, and I couldn't find it. It could be the case that I just didn't dig deep enough in the interweb, but there was nothing there that indicated he was a fat cow or that they said that.
Yeah, John Kruk said it. Have you ever seen John Kruk? Okay, so no. This is a guy, like, we got this culture now where you think, okay, if anybody does anything against me, payday, here we go, jackpot, I'm going to sue. And is it for like, hey, oh, my feelings are a little hurt. You know what? About $40 will cover it, right? No. Not 10,000, not 100,000, $10 million. Why? Because they pointed out I was about to say you're fattest. Don't sue me. Okay. I'm also an overweight American. I feel your pain. And I would also fall asleep at that game. So I also feel your pain on that. Okay. Look, I was going to be on your side if you just fell asleep at a baseball game. I mean, who can blame you for that? But then you go and do this. This is so stupid. They didn't call you a fat cow. You called yourself a fat cow. And then you made it public, and and now everybody's talking about, hey, is he a fat cow? Because you called yourself that.
Yeah, maybe that's exactly what he's trying to do. He's probably trying to lend weight to his case because in order for
not the only punster in here.
No, but really, in order to prove defamation, in order to get compensated for this, you essentially have to prove that it was injurious to your reputation and that lies were being told about you, that it was incredibly harmful. So by sort of publicizing this a little bit, he's almost helping his case. It's sort of odd, right? So things need to be published, they need to be false, injurious, and unprivileged. And he doesn't really meet the mark on any of these really, except for the fact that they were published, that these comments were publicly available, but they weren't necessarily false. The guy was asleep and he may have missed the homer.
All those things are true. The only problem is he's the one who said them. Like if Kruk and the other guys had called him a fatty cow, and in another part of the lawsuit he says they implied that he was a socially bankrupt individual.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't. You did. You're defaming yourself. So this makes no sense whatsoever, man. My favorite thing about this, he says, they have ruined my reputation. Dude, what reputation? No one knows you. Right. The only thing they know you for now is being the jackass that sued ESPN for $10 million for showing you sleeping during a game. Clean up, go home.